Hi everyone, keep watching if you want to see how I went from this to this. So personally, I like to start off with brows because I like to take my time with brows. I feel like they're super important to the structure of the face and they're super important to the overall look of the beat. If the brows look crazy, then the beat looks crazy. So I'm going in with a Mary Kay brow pencil in the shade Dark Brunette. I'm not too picky about how I apply the brow pencil at first, just because I am going to go in and clean up the brows with concealer afterwards. And then I'm just filling in the other eyebrow the same way I did the first one. So I'm taking a cream concealer and I'm using a flat brush, which is pretty important to get that sharp looking brow. I'm using a shade that's a little bit lighter than her skin tone, just because personally I feel like the lighter concealer does give the brow like a really fresh and clean look. And then I'm just doing it to the other eyebrow as well. When I go on top, I'm using a concealer that actually matches the shade of her skin. We really want to avoid, if you're going to use a lighter concealer on top, you really want to make sure you blend that out, because we do not want a halo look around the brows, because it's 2021 and that is just unacceptable. So now I'm just going to go ahead and blend the concealer down to her lid. And then I'm also going to use a beauty blender just to blend the top as well. Like I said, we really want to avoid the halo eye. Okay, so now we're getting into the airbrushing. A lot of people don't know too much about airbrushing. Airbrushing is really good for weddings and photo shoots and any time that you want to take some high quality pictures. It gives a very, very skin-like finish. One thing I will say about airbrush is that it's not the best for people with a lot of texture in their skin. It is buildable, but again, it's not going to cover up texture or like cystic acne. But as you can see, I'm always moving the airbrush. You don't want to keep the airbrush in one spot for too long, because the whole point is to have a flawless finish on the skin, and you want to make sure you really evenly apply the color everywhere. So now I'm going in with a concealer. This is the LA Girl Pro concealer. I feel like it's best to use a cream on top of airbrush, because dealing with powder can be really tricky. It can get really patchy and cakey looking. So to have that really flawless skin finish, you really want to use cream products as much as you can. I'm just putting the concealer in the areas that the light naturally hits your face. So under the eyes, we're going to put some on the forehead, and we're going to put some on the chin. So now I'm just blending that out with the beauty blender. And if you want a really dewy look, you should wet your beauty blender at least a little bit, have it damp, so that you have a nice dewy finish when you blend it out. And as as you can see, as we're blending it in, skin is looking flawless. The skin is skinny. And that really is the power of the airbrush. So now I'm applying some more concealer to the eyelid. This time I'm using a shade that's a little bit lighter than her skin tone, just to make sure that whatever eyeshadow I put on there really does get a chance to pop. So I'm taking a soft brown shade and I'm going to apply this in the crease of her lid with a fluffy blending brush. I'm just going to put that color in the crease and I'm going to blend it out towards the outer side of her eye. Taking a deeper brown, and I'm doing the same thing, making sure I get a chance to really define her crease here. And then I'm going to do the same on the other eye. We literally haven't even put any highlight on yet, and like I said before, her skin looks so good, so glowy. And now I'm taking a black shade and I'm using a more precise blending brush. What I'm doing is I'm just placing it where I want the black to go. I'm not blending it just yet. I'm just really trying to get a line there so I can really define her crease. You have to be really careful with black because black can get really black really fast. So that's why I'm using a light hand with this shade. And now I'm using that same fluffy brush from before, and I'm just going to go in and blend this black out. With black, you really want to make sure you blend well. And then I did that on the other eye. Now I'm going in with this silver shade. I did wet my brush so it's really popping. And I'm using a small flat brush. I changed angles because my braid was all up in the way. So yeah, I'm patting it and I'm sliding it as well. I really want to make sure I get the maximum of the color because it is a really pretty shade of silver. And as I'm packing that on, I'm also winging the eyeshadow out just to give it a more dramatic look. So I'm using rhinestones for this look. I already placed the rhinestones on the left eye, but I'm going to put one on the inner corner. And I'm going to put 2 rhinestones on the outer part of her eye just to kind of make it look like a wing. It'll look really cute once the lashes are on. I'm taking a cool tone dark brown with a contour brush. And I'm just lightly placing this powder on. You don't want to go too crazy because powder can really build up pretty fast. So I'm just placing the powder where I want it for now. Cool tone shades are really good for contour. When you dip into more warm tone shades, that's more of like when you're wanting to do a bronze. But cool tones really imitate the shadows of like having a really chiseled face, so that's why I really like to use cool tone shades when I contour. And then I'm just gonna put a little powder on her nose. And so I did go ahead and blend that contour out. That is a liquid highlight. This liquid highlight is so bomb. You're about to see in a second. I apply this liquid highlight with my fingers. Something about that skin to skin really gets the liquid highlight blended into the skin, and it really makes it look like that's you, that's all you, that's your glow. So I'm putting it on her nose, on the tip of her nose. I'm gonna put it on the bridge. And something I personally really like to do is place a little bit of highlight on the side of the nostrils, just so that when you turn your head and you tilt your head, your nose looks super snatched. And then I'm gonna also put it on the other side of her cheek. You can actually see me apply it this time. Yeah, I love this liquid highlight, so I am gonna make sure to include the name of this one somewhere. I'm also gonna put the highlight under her brows. Again, like I said, you want to put it anywhere that the light is naturally going to hit your face. So I went ahead and put lashes on off camera. What I did, I just sprayed her face with some rose water just to set the face and give it a little extra glow. Now I'm going in with a lip liner. This is in a dark brown, and this is the brand NYX. And I'm just going to line her lips. I like to leave the middle part of the bottom lip open because I feel like it really gives the illusion that your lips are bigger than what they are. And a little self promo, this lip gloss is one that I made, and you can shop at Shop by Beauty on Instagram. And this is the finished look. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to make more content for you guys.